Mastering the passive voice, avoiding common mistakes and ensuring clarity. Hello language learners. Today, we're diving into an exciting topic: passive voice in English. It can be a tricky concept, but with practice, you'll master it in no time. Our specific focus today is maintaining clarity in passive voice sentences. It's an area where many learners stumble, but we're going to break it down and give you some great exercises to improve clarity. Let's get started. First, a quick refresher. What is passive voice? In passive voice sentences, the focus is on the action, not who is doing the action. For example, in "The ball was kicked by John," the action, kicking the ball, is emphasized, rather than who did it, John. The key is understanding the shift in focus and knowing when it's appropriate to use. Now, let's tackle the common mistakes. One major pitfall is creating sentences that are too long or confusing. For example, "The cake that was made by my grandmother, who lives in the blue house, was eaten by me," is technically correct but overly complicated. A clearer version might be, "I eat the cake that my grandmother, who lives in the blue house, made." Another common issue is using passive voice unnecessarily. While it's useful in many situations, sometimes it's better to stick with the active voice for the sake of clarity. The rule of thumb is if a sentence can be simpler and clearer in active voice, use active voice. Now, let's move on to exercises to help improve clarity. Exercise 1. Rewrite in active voice. For this exercise, take a passive voice sentence and rewrite it in the active voice. This will help you understand the relationship between the subject and the action, making your passive voice sentences clearer. Here's an example. "The book was read by Sarah." Can you turn this into an active voice sentence? Exercise 2. Shorten sentences. In this exercise, you'll take long, complex passive voice sentences and shorten them while still maintaining the passive voice. For example, take this sentence: "The novel that was written by the author who won the Nobel Prize was praised by critics." How can you make this simpler? Remember, the key here is practice. The more you work with passive voice, the more comfortable you'll get. And that's it for today's lesson. We hope you found this exploration of passive voice helpful. Remember, the passive voice is a tool, and like any tool, it's all about knowing when and how to use it. Keep practicing these exercises and you'll soon master the art of crafting clear, effective passive voice sentences. Thanks for watching and keep learning.